There's a place prepared before me, where grace has set another chair. Not because I've earned the welcome, but because love wants me there. The room is filled with quiet kindness, no accusation fills the air. Only scars that tell a story of the price that brought me here. At the table of mercy, I find a seat I did not buy. At the table of mercy, I am welcomed every time. No shame remains to name me, no past can turn me away. There is room for me at the table of mercy. I have carried disappointment like a coat I could not remove. I have worn the weight of failures, trying hard to hide the proof. But here the burden loses power, here the striving finds its end. For the hands that break the bread are the same hands calling me friend. At the table of mercy, I find a seat I did not buy. At the table of mercy, I am welcomed every time. No shame remains to name me, no past can turn me away. There is room for me at the table of mercy. Communion, reflection, the cup reminds me love was poured out. The bread reminds me grace came down. The silence tells me I belong here, not because of who I was, but because of who you are. Gathering song around this table, the broken gather, the weary gather, the searching gather, the grateful gather, the healed gather, the rescued gather, and all are welcomed here. You knew my story before I arrived. You saw my wounds, yet opened the door wide. You knew my weakness, yet called me near. And now my heart is resting where mercy appears. At the table of mercy, I have found my home again. At the table of mercy, love has called me by my name. And every time I wander, your invitation remains. There is room for me at the table of mercy. The candles slowly flicker, the gathering grows still, but the welcome of your mercy will remain long after this. And and I will return again to the table of mercy. When faith feels small, like a flicker in the wind, when confidence is hard to find and questions settle in, when prayers feel unfinished and answers seem delayed, I bring my little faith to you anyway. I wish I could say I'm always certain, never shaken by the unknown, but there are days my heart feels fragile, walking roads I would not choose. There are nights I count the silence more than victories I've seen, yet somehow in the middle of my weakness you keep holding on to me. When faith feels small, your faithfulness is not. When my courage feels exhausted, your strength has not stopped. When I only have a whisper, you still hear me call, and you remain unshaken when faith feels small. Reflection, the seed beneath the soil, looks insignificant, yet hidden life is growing where no eye can understand. Perhaps faith was never measured by how fearless I could be, but by bringing all my weakness to the one who carries me. Lift, I don't need a mountain of confidence to stand before your throne. I only need a willing heart to place within your own, and even trembling hands can reach for grace, and even weary souls can find their place. Declaration. So I will trust you with the little and believe you for the rest. I will place my doubts before you and leave them at your feet. I will keep walking through the mystery, though I cannot see the end, because the God who started this journey will be faithful once again. When faith feels small, your promises remain. When my vision grows uncertain, your truth does not change, and the hand that formed the heavens still reaches for my heart. So I will keep believing when faith feels small. The trail stretches farther before me, but the sunrise fills the sky, and what began as a fragile whisper has become a reason to keep walking, one step at a time, one step at a time. house is still before the sunrise. A single lamp lights up the room, and scattered across these open pages are promises that carry me through. The world keeps shifting like the shadows. Tomorrow hides beyond my sight, but here I find a firmer anchor, a steady truth for every night. I'm held by your word when everything else feels uncertain. I'm held by your word when questions keep returning. Your promises surround me like mountains standing tall. And when my strength grows weary, I'm held by your word. There were days I trusted feelings more than what you said was true, and every fear became a giant until I brought it back to you. Then line by line your voice reminded my anxious heart of who you are. The same God who has never failed me will not begin to fail me now. I'm held by your word when everything else feels uncertain. I'm held by your word when questions keep returning. Your promises surround me like mountains standing tall. And when my strength grows weary, I'm held by your word. Reflection: when I cannot see the outcome, your word becomes my sight. When I cannot find direction, your word becomes my light. When I cannot understand, your word remains the same, and I can stand upon its truth again and again. Declaration: what you have spoken will not be broken. What you have promised will not be lost. Heaven and earth may pass away, but your faithfulness remains. I will build my life upon what you have said. Worship lives not on shifting emotions, not on temporary things, not on circumstances changing, not on what tomorrow brings, but on the voice that formed creation and still speaks peace today. I will rest within the power of every word you say. I'm held by your word through every valley and mountain. I'm held by your word The author still writes on, and every page is covered by the faithfulness of God. The morning slowly fills the window. The darkness gives way to dawn, and before the day begins, I remember where I stand, held by your word, held by your word. The stars are still hanging above me. The morning has not yet arrived, and somewhere between the darkness and daylight, I feel your mercy drawing near. The world has not started moving. No voices are calling my name, just the sound of the wind through the quiet, and the comfort of your grace. Grace before the sunrise, mercy before the day. Love already waiting before I find my way, before I lift a prayer, before I speak a word. You are already near me. Before the sunrise, I have walked through long nights of wondering, counted worries I could not control, carried yesterday farther than necessary, and let fear occupy my soul. But here in the calm of the morning, I remember what remains true. The God who carried me through the darkness will carry me through this day too. Grace before the sunrise, mercy before the day. Love already waiting before I find my way, before I lift a prayer, before I speak a word. You are already near me. Grace before the sunrise. Reflection. The fields are still covered in shadows, yet I know the sun will come. Not because I can already see it, but because it always does. And your faithfulness is like that, steady beyond what I can see. gathering lift. You go before me into every hour. You go before me into every conversation. You go before me into every challenge. You go before me, and that is enough. Declaration. I don't have to fear tomorrow, when tomorrow belongs to you. I don't have to hold the future, when your hands already do. I can walk into the unknown with a peaceful, trusting heart, because grace has already arrived before the day can start. Grace before the sunrise, hope before the dawn, faithfulness already waiting before the night is gone. And every new beginning reminds my soul once more that your mercy reaches me before I reach for yours. The horizon now is glowing, the darkness starts to fade, and I step into the morning, covered by your grace. Covered by your grace. The day has left its footprints on me. Conversations I replay, unfinished thoughts and silent worries following me into this place. The room is glowing in the firelight. The world outside can wait a while, and in the stillness of your presence, the tension slowly starts to unwind. You calm my heart like rain upon a thirsty field. You calm my heart with a peace I cannot build. When my thoughts are running circles and my strength is wearing thin, you calm my heart again. I have carried things too closely, held them tighter than I should, trying to control tomorrow as if worrying ever could. But you are not disturbed by questions, you are not shaken by the unknown, and the confidence I cannot manufacture is found in you alone. You calm my heart like rain upon a thirsty field. You calm my heart with a peace I cannot build. When my thoughts are running circles and slowly crackles, the evening settles down, and every anxious whisper loses power now. Not because life is perfect, not because every problem ends, but because your presence meets me and teaches me to rest again. Gentle worship moment, breathe peace into my thoughts, breathe peace into my soul, breathe peace into the places I cannot seem to let go. Breathe peace into my future, breathe peace into today, breathe peace into the silence, and carry me with grace. Lift, you have never rushed me, never turned away, never grown impatient with the burdens that I bring. Instead, you sit beside me until the storm grows still, and remind me that your goodness is greater than what I feel. You calm my heart when the night becomes too long. You calm my heart with a quiet, healing song. And though tomorrow waits before me, I can finally close my eyes, for your peace is standing guard tonight. The fire burns lower in the darkness, the room grows quiet once again, and I fall asleep remembering you calm my heart. You calm my heart. The desert sky is full of questions. The stars are scattered like unspoken prayers. I've searched the night for signs of movement, yet all I find is stillness there. The wind moves softly through the darkness, a lonely song across the sand. And part of me keeps asking whether you're listening, whether you understand. But you're closer than the silence, closer than the waiting night, closer than the distance my weary eyes can find. When I cannot hear your answer, when I cannot see your hand, you're closer than the silence, closer than I understand. I have measured love by feelings, faith by what my senses knew. Yet neither one could truly tell me the depth of what is found in you. For even when the heavens whisper nothing, and every prayer seems slow to rise, your presence moves beneath the surface, like hidden rivers in the dry. You're closer than the silence, closer than the waiting night, closer than the distance my weary eyes can find. When I cannot hear your answer, when I cannot see your head, you're closer than the silence, closer than I understand. Reflection. Perhaps the silence is not absence, perhaps the stillness is not far, perhaps the quiet only teaches how near you've always been. Perhaps the unanswered moments are invitations to believe that what I cannot always feel is still surrounding me. Worship moment, closer than my breathing, closer than my fears, closer than the memories I have carried through the years, closer than the shadows, closer than the pain, closer than the questions that still remain. Lift, you are the God who walks unnoticed beside the traveler in the night, the God who speaks through gentle mercies, the God who stays when hope grows tired, the God whose love needs no announcement to prove that it is there, the God whose faithful presence fills the quiet air. You're closer than the silence, closer than the midnight sky, closer than the longing that taught my soul to cry. And now I know the quiet was never truly empty space, it was filled with holy nearness and the kindness of your grace. The stars still shine above the desert, the night remains serene, but now I know I was never alone. You were closer than the silence, closer than I understand. The morning breaks across the hillside, a narrow trail lies up ahead. I cannot see beyond the distance, but I can see the next few steps. valley still is wrapped in shadows. The future waits beyond the bend. Yet something stronger than my questions is calling me to move again. I'll follow the light, one step at a time. Even when the road is winding, even when the climb is high, I'll follow the light, wherever you may lead. For the one who lights the pathway is the one who walks with me. Enough years standing frozen, afraid of making one wrong turn. But faith was never meant for hiding. It was meant for roads not fully learned. Oh, you never promised every answer. Oh, you never mapped out every mile. But you have always been beside me, and that has carried me this far. I'll follow the light, one step at a time. Even when the road is winding, even when the climb is high, I'll follow the light, wherever you may lead. For the one who lights the pathway is the one who walks with me. Reflection, the light doesn't show the whole journey, only what I need today. And perhaps that is mercy, teaching trust along the way. The mountain is climbed in moments, the story is written in days, and every small act of obedience becomes a song of praise. Journey lift, if you lead through open valleys, I will follow. If you lead through narrow places, I will follow. If you lead through seasons changing, I will follow. If you lead where I've never been, I will follow. Declaration, I choose trust over certainty. I choose faith over sight. I choose your voice above the noise that competes for my attention. For every road is safer with you than comfort without you. And every step with you is a step toward life. I'll follow the light, though I don't know every turn. I'll follow the light. I'll follow the light, because your heart is trustworthy. And when I reach horizons I once feared to cross, I'll discover your faithfulness was guiding me all along. The sun now rises fully, the mountain glows with gold, and I walk into the promise, not because I know the future, but because I know the guide. I'll follow the light. I'll follow the light. Before the birds begin their singing, before the city comes alive, before the day unfolds its stories, I meet you in the morning light. The grass is covered with the dewfall, the sky is painted soft and gold, and in this sacred quiet moment I bring you everything I hold. This is my prayer at dawn, before I journey on. Lead my heart, guide my steps, keep me close to you. This is my prayer at dawn, before the day grows strong. May my life become a living song of love for you. I do not know what waits before me, what doors will open, what will close, but I know the one who walks beside me, and that is all I need to know. Give me grace for every meeting, give me wisdom for each choice. Help me hear your gentle leading above every other voice. This is my prayer at dawn, before I journey on. Lead my heart, guide my steps, keep me close to you. This is my prayer at dawn, before the day grows strong. May my life become a living song of love for you. Reflection: when opportunities surround me, keep me humble. When challenges arise, keep me faithful. When distractions call my name, keep me focused. When fear whispers, keep me trusting. Prayer lift, let kindness shape my actions. Let mercy guide my hands. Let patience fill my spirit. Let compassion be my plan. Let forgiveness flow freely. Let gratitude remain. Let every conversation reflect your heart again. Declaration: I place this day before you, every hour yet unseen, the victories and the struggles, the ordinary and the deep. And whether skies are clear or cloudy, one truth will remain: you are worthy in the morning and worthy through the day. This is my prayer at dawn, as sunlight fills the earth. May every breath I've been given reveal what you are worth. This is my prayer at dawn, and when the evening comes, may I look back and see your goodness in everything you've done. The sun now rises higher, the garden wakes with song, and I step into the day ahead, knowing I do not walk alone, knowing I do not walk alone. There are rooms inside my story I rarely let somebody see. Quiet places full of questions and unfinished parts of me. There are memories I still carry, like photographs I keep away, pieces of a complicated journey I don't always know how to to explain, but you see the whole of me. The parts I hide, the parts I show, the wounds I carry quietly, the seeds of faith that still grow. You see the whole of me, and still you draw me near. Nothing in my story makes you disappear. I've spent years trying to manage the image others came to know, carefully arranging fragments, afraid of what full truth might show. But you have never loved a version that I created to impress. You have always loved the person standing underneath the rest. You see the whole of me, the parts I hide, the parts I show, the wounds I carry quietly, the seeds of faith that still grow. You see the whole of me, and still you draw me near. Nothing in my story makes you disappear. Reflection, you know every chapter, every rise and fall, every silent struggle, every unanswered call. You know every victory, every secret tear, and somehow knowing everything, you still want me here. Worship moment, I don't have to pretend, I don't have to perform, I don't have to polish my weakness before I come to you. I can come as I am and find your mercy waiting. Lift the places I call broken, you call beloved. The places I called failures, you call redeemed. The places I thought disqualified me have become places where your grace can be seen. You see the whole of me, and your love remains the same, not weakened by my weakness, not altered by my shame. You see the whole of me, and still you call me yours, so I can finally rest in being fully known. The chapel sits in quiet stillness, golden sunlight fills the room, and for the first time in a long while, I am not hiding, I am home, I am home. I am home. The clouds are breaking on the horizon. The storm has finally lost its voice. Though the earth still bears the evidence, the sky is opening once more. I've stood through nights that felt unending, watched dreams disappear from view, but every season of uncertainty has taught my heart to lean on you. This is the hope I hold when everything is shaken. This is the hope I hold when answers are not coming. The promise of your presence, the faithfulness you've shown. This is the hope I hold, and it will not let go. I have seen too many mercies to believe that you will fail. Too many prayers you've carried through, too many stories you have healed. The road behind is filled with markers of places where your hand was seen, and everyone becomes a witness to the God you've always been. This is the hope I hold when everything is shaking. This is the hope I hold when answers are not coming. The promise of your presence, the faithfulness you've shown. This is the hope I hold, and it will not let go. Reflection, hope is not pretending everything is fine. Hope is choosing trust when certainty is hard to find. Hope is remembering the darkness never wins, because the God who made the morning will make a way again. Rising declaration, I will not surrender to despair's persuasion. I will not build my future on temporary fears. I will remember every promise. I will remember every rescue. I will remember who you are. When the road becomes unclear, lift. The mountains may stand before me, the valleys may stretch below, the winds may change direction, the seasons come and go, but the anchor of my soul remains forever true. Not in what I understand, but in the goodness of you. This is the hope I hold, stronger than my questions. This is the hope I hold, greater than what I see. The story's still unfolding, the author still writes on, and the God who brought me this far will faithfully lead me home. The last of the storm clouds scatter, sunlight covers the land, and hope stands quietly as a promise, held securely in your hands. The night was longer than expected. The road was harder than I knew. I carried prayers through silent hours, still waiting for a breakthrough. The wind moved through the dark around me. The stars look distant in the sky, yet underneath the weight of weakness, a quiet promise stayed alive. Though my strength has been exhausted, though my tears have filled the ground, there is something deeper speaking. Hope is stirring even now. I've watched the shadows try to tell me that nothing ever truly changes. I've heard discouragement repeating its familiar lines again, but the voice of fear grows weaker when I remember who you are, the God who brings life from dry places and turns mourning into song. My soul will rise like morning from the darkness. My soul will rise by the power of your love, not because I feel victorious, not because the battle's done, but because your faithfulness has never failed me once. Reflection: the seed beneath the earth must break before it grows. The dawn begins unseen before its colors show. Perhaps the deepest miracles are born in hidden places, where heaven quietly prepares what faith can barely trace. Prophetically, rise, weary heart, rise again. Rise from disappointment, rise from fear, rise from yesterday's sorrow, rise from what tried to hold you down. For the God who called you forward is calling even now. Worship declaration: I will not build my future on the evidence of pain. I will not measure tomorrow by yesterday's remains. I will remember resurrection, I will remember grace, I will remember that your goodness still has the final say. My soul will rise higher than the voices. My soul will rise stronger than the doubt. The same God who kept me through the valley is lifting me now. And what began in tears will finish with praise. above the horizon. Golden light covers the hill, and where I once stood tired and trembling, I stand worshiping still. My soul will rise. My soul will rise. Before the day begins, I come with open hands. The room is still, but my heart is running fast. I lay my questions down beside the morning light, and let your mercy speak before I try. The kettle hums, the shadows leave the wall. The world has not yet asked me for it all, so I will meet you here before the noise arrives, and breathe your name until my soul is quiet. Jesus, hold the first thought in my mind. Be the peace I do not have to find. Let my heart wake up beneath your gaze before the day begins. I give you praise. Before a word is said, before the phone can ring, before my plans become 1,000 little things, I place my will beneath the kindness of your hand. Teach me to follow what I do not understand. Not every road will show me where it ends. Not every prayer will answer when I beg. But you are near enough to steady what I fear, and faithful enough to meet me here. Jesus, hold the first thought in my mind. Be the peace I do not have to find. Let my heart wake up beneath your gaze before the day begins. I give you praise. Take the hurry from my breathing. Take the weight I call my own. Let this morning be an altar. Let my heart become your home. If joy is waiting, I will receive it. If tears are coming, you will be near. If doors stay closed, I will still believe you. You are my portion. You are here. If work is heavy, grace will go with me. Your voice dares arise, your whisper stays. If strength runs low, your love will carry. Before the day begins, I give you praise. Before the day begins, I give you praise. Your voice in the morning finds me first, before the worry says a word, before the clock begins to chase, before the world can name my place. You meet me where the shadows thin, where tired hope breathes out again, not loud enough to shake the ground, but strong enough to turn me around. Speak, Lord, I am listening. My heart is learning how to be still. Speak, Lord, in the quiet. I will follow what you reveal. I used to run into the day with borrowed strength and plans half prayed, but mercy waited at the door, saying, child, you were made for more than striving, more than speed, more than every anxious need. You call me back to simple trust, where your whisper is enough. Speak, Lord, I am listening. My heart is learning how to be still. Speak, Lord, in the quiet. I will follow what you reveal. Listening moment, when you say rest, I will not argue. When you say wait, I will not run. When you say go, I will step forward with my eyes fixed on the sun. Your voice is bread for the hungry places, water for the dust in me, fire for the cold and hidden corners, light where I could barely see. Your voice is not a chain around me, it is freedom calling clear. Not a shout that feeds my panic, but a shepherd drawing near. Speak, Lord, I am listening. Let every other sound grow still. Speak, Lord, in the morning. I will follow what you reveal. Declaration, I will not bow to the noise. I will not live by fear. The day may rise with many voices, but yours is the one I hear. I will not move without you. I will not rush ahead. Command my steps with kindness. Let me walk where you have led. Speak, Lord, I am listening. My heart is learning how to be still. Speak, Lord, in the quiet. I will follow what you reveal. Your voice in the morning, your voice through the day, your voice in the silence, still leading the way. Your voice in the morning, silence still leading the way. I come back to you with nothing to defend. No perfect speech, no way to pretend. I have been busy building walls out of shame, while you kept calling me by my name. I have chased the noise and called it life. I have held my plans too tight, but here in the quiet I finally see your mercy was waiting ahead of me. I come back to you, not as a stranger, not as a failure, but as your child. I come back to you, running to mercy, falling before you, open and wild. Take what is broken, touch what is true. I come back to you. I thought your silence meant you had turned away, but you were teaching my heart how to stay. I thought my weakness would keep you far, but you came closer than my scars. So I will not hide what you already know. I will not dress up the ache in my soul. If love is a table prepared for me, then I will sit where forgiveness feeds. I come back to you, not as a stranger, not as a failure, but as your child. I come back to you, running to mercy, falling before you, open and wild. Take what is broken, touch what is true. I come back to you, yeah. Here is my wandering heart. Oh, here are my tired hands. Here is the place I stopped trusting. Teach me to trust again. Here is the prayer I bury. Oh, here is the grief I wore. Here is the door I closed in fear. Lord, open it once more. You do not shame me back to the altar. You do not break what is already bruised. You lift my face with holy kindness. You make returning feel like truth. You do not ask for polished sorrow. You do not need a perfect song. You only ask for all I carry and all I hid for far too long. I am coming home. I am coming home. I am coming home. Mercy has Father, you are Father, you are mercy, you are still my only home. I come back